The story begins with a terrifying asteroid hurtling towards Earth. To avert disaster, humanity launches nuclear missiles to destroy it. While the asteroid shatters, its fragments, laden with nuclear radiation, rain down upon the planet. This toxic fallout mutates the DNA of all cold-blooded creatures: ants, spiders, snakes, lizards, causing them to grow to monstrous proportions. For a year, this grueling war rages, decimating most of the giant creatures, but also exhausting the military's resources, leaving them critically low on bullets and guns. Approximately 95% of humanity perishes, forcing the remaining survivors to seek refuge in underground bunkers. This is the story of Joel, one such survivor. Joel's story starts when he's sharing a private moment with his girlfriend Aimee in their car. Suddenly, particles from the asteroid begin to fall over their city. A colossal insect then attacks, prompting them to flee towards their home. There they find everyone preparing to evacuate. Joel and Aimee are forced to separate. Before leaving, Joel promises Aimee he'll find her soon. On the way, Joel's family gets caught in an attack by these creatures. Joel manages to escape the car, but his parents remain trapped inside. In her final moments, Joel's mother urges him to run. Reluctantly, Joel pushes forward just as a gigantic creature crushes their car. Joel watches, numb with shock, as his parents die before his eyes. Nearby survivors grab Joel and pull him into a vehicle, but he's utterly devastated by the tragedy. 7 years have passed since that incident. Joel now lives with the people who saved him in an underground bunker. Everyone in this bunker has a partner, except for Joel. He remains haunted by his parents' death, and his anxiety prevents him from being sent outside. A deep-seated fear has taken root within him. Whenever he sees these creatures, he freezes, unable to react. Because of this fear, he's never sent out. Instead, Joel spends his days inside the bunker, cooking and cleaning for everyone, living this existence for the past 7 years. One day, a massive ant breaches their bunker. The men in the group prepare to fight it. Joel desperately wants to join the fight, but the others prevent him. A group of 4 goes to confront the creature, while the rest watch the battle on a thermal camera. The giant ant quickly seizes one of the 4. Seeing his comrades in danger, Joel can't bear it and rushes to save them. He sees the ant's colossal shadow, with their comrade held in its jaws. Joel's fear overwhelms him, and he freezes. As the enormous ant advances toward him, Joel closes his eyes. When he opens them, the ant's head lies at his feet. 2 members of the group had beheaded it. To cope with the incident and distract himself, Joel starts talking to someone on the radio. It's Aimee. She too survived the apocalypse 7 years ago. However, Aimee's colony is far away, and they haven't met since they were separated. Joel had reached out to numerous stations to find Aimee and finally succeeded. They speak happily, but then the radio suddenly cuts out. Facing death today has unsettled Joel. He doesn't want to spend his entire life waiting to die in a bunker. Joel asks his companions how far Aimee's colony is. They tell him it's 140 kilometers to the west, built atop a beach. Joel declares he wants to go there. His friends explain that it would take at least 7 days to reach, and even a trained person couldn't survive more than 3 or 4 days outside. "You'd die in an hour, kid." But Joel is resolute. He will either reach Aimee or die trying. Joel also feels to some extent that he doesn't deserve to live with these people in the bunker. He's just a burden. But this isn't true. Joel's friends deeply care for him. They even create a map to help him reach Aimee. Now, after all these years, Joel steps out of the colony. Aimee's colony is 140 kilometers to the west, but Joel has no idea which way west is. Without a second thought, he pushes forward. After walking a short distance, Joel hears the sound of a large creature. He tries to hide in a nearby house, but a giant frog is already in its pond. Upon seeing the creature, Joel freezes again. As the frog lashes out its tongue at Joel, someone shoves him out of the way. It's a dog. The frog attacks again, grabbing Joel's leg with its tongue. The dog bites the frog's tongue, forcing it to release Joel. Joel and the dog quickly flee. Soon, the dog climbs into a stopped bus. This bus is the dog's home, where it lives with its owner. Its owner is likely deceased. Joel notices BOY written on a wall. As Joel says boy, the dog becomes instantly alert, making Joel realize that's its name. Joel picks up a red dress lying nearby, and Boy immediately snatches it from him. It's the last keepsake of Boy's owner. Joel spends the night in the bus and sets out the next morning. As Joel leaves, Boy follows him, carrying the red dress, as if wanting to go with him. Joel takes the dress and puts it in his bag, and they continue their journey together. Passing through completely ravaged areas, they slowly move towards their destination. On the way, Joel spots some fruit on a plant. He's starving. But as he tries to eat the fruit, Boy tugs at his leg, as if warning him not to eat it. Joel realizes the fruit might be poisonous. As they travel, Joel continues to document his experiences in a book. Suddenly, Joel falls into a large pit. As he tries to climb out, he realizes he's not alone. Large bones litter the ground, meaning he won't be the first victim here. Agile, blood-sucking insects suddenly attack him, but at the last moment, an unknown person pulls him up with a rope. This person is Clyde, and the small girl with him, Minnow, is also formidable. She uses a grenade to blow up all the insects. Clyde tells Joel that he shouldn't wander alone here. Joel explains that he's not alone. He has a dog with him, and he's going to Aimee's colony to find her. Clyde says he's heading north, towards the mountains and snow, because there's a special colony there where the cold keeps these creatures away. Clyde suggests they travel together for a while, offering Joel to join them. After walking for some time, they stop on a mountain. Minnow teaches Joel how to shoot a crossbow, but Joel's aim is terrible. Minnow explains that her father was the best archer in their colony, but when a horde of these dangerous creatures attacked, Minnow's father and Clyde's son were both killed. Since then, Clyde and Minnow have been searching for a safe colony where they can live peacefully. Just then, Clyde spots a creature approaching them from the jungle. Clyde tells Joel that the creature has now caught his scent and will pursue him for a long time. They quickly leave the area. Minnow and Clyde have been surviving on Earth for a long time, so they know a great deal about these creatures. Further on, Clyde spots a gigantic snail. Clyde tells Joel not to move at all, but Joel has already frozen in fear. Clyde quietly tells Joel to take off his t-shirt and places it on the snail. The snail then moves away without harming them. Clyde did this because the snail will now carry Joel's scent wherever it goes, confusing the creature that's pursuing them. Joel asks why the snail didn't attack them. Clyde explains that some creatures are benevolent. Minnow adds that if you're ever confused, look into their eyes. You'll understand. Eyes never lie. That night, they stop at a place to eat, but as they begin to rest, Clyde wakes them, explaining that the smell of their food will attract other creatures, and it's no longer safe to stay there. The next day, Minnow trains Joel on the crossbow again. Minnow tells him to calm his mind completely before shooting, and whenever Joel does, every arrow hits the target perfectly. Minnow is overjoyed, hugging Joel. At this young age, having lost her family, Minnow now sees Joel as her big brother. Days pass. Clyde and Minnow teach Joel how to survive and avoid the creatures. They show him plants that can neutralize the venom of poisonous animals. After explaining everything, they finally tell him about the most dangerous creature on Earth, the sand gobbler. These sand gobblers move underground, precisely tracking any sound. But the most dangerous of them is their queen, who is many times larger and whose single wing is visible above ground. If the queen hears even the slightest sound from you, it's game over. To this day, no one has ever confronted a sand gobbler queen and survived. Minnow continues to train Joel on the crossbow daily, and Joel improves day by day. After 5 days, they reach the place where their paths diverge. Clyde tells Joel, "Come with us. It'll be difficult for you to survive alone. Our chances of living are higher if we stay together." But Joel is obsessed with meeting Aimee. Minnow is very sad about his decision. Joel explains that Aimee means a lot to him. Minnow gives Joel a final hug. Clyde, when as he leaves, gives Joel a grenade and tells him to use it only when absolutely necessary. Pull the pin, count to 5, then throw it. Remember, count to 5. Now both parties set off on their separate ways. Joel and Boy must now cover a distance of 50 kilometers alone. But this journey proves to be very difficult. After walking for a short distance, they reach a spot where Boy starts behaving strangely and doesn't want to go forward. Terrified, he hides under a paddle boat. Joel is trying to coax Boy out when suddenly, several legs emerge from under Joel's feet. It's a gigantic centipede. Joel fearfully draws his crossbow, but the creature is too close. It's about to grab Joel with its tail when Boy's barking scares it, and it strikes Joel with its tail, throwing him far away. Now this creature surrounds the boat from all sides and overturns it, trying to get Boy. In front of Joel's eyes, the scene of losing his parents plays out again. But this time, Joel doesn't freeze. He rises, overcoming his fear, and shoots an arrow from his crossbow at the creature. The arrow strikes the creature's neck, enraging it. Leaving Boy, it rapidly charges directly at Joel. But just in time, Joel fires another arrow, which hits the creature directly in the head. Joel's attack kills it instantly. Joel is trembling with fear. He can't believe he actually killed such a large creature. Then Joel sees Boy, who runs to him. Joel may not have been able to save his parents, but today he overcame his fear and saved Boy's life. The next morning, they reach a large ravine, and Boy starts acting strangely again, trying to flee. Joel understands that danger is near. Joel then sees a creature with a single wing emerging from underground towards him. It's the queen, the sand gobbler queen. To escape, Joel throws a small toy far away, hoping the queen will be drawn to its sound. Where Joel threw the toy, the sand gobbler queen bursts out of the ground. Joel runs without wasting time, and the queen chases him. While running, Joel suddenly falls and his bag drops. Joel hides inside a tree trunk, followed by Boy. Joel covers Boy's mouth to prevent any sound. When no sound is made, the queen begins to leave. But then Boy's owner's red dress falls from Joel's bag into the river. Seeing this, Boy runs to save the dress, disregarding his own life. Joel tries to stop him, but Boy doesn't listen. Now the queen starts approaching them again. To save Boy, Joel rushes towards his bag and pulls out the grenade. Pulling the pin, Joel starts counting to 5 when the grenade slips from his hand. As Joel reaches for the grenade, the queen arrives and attacks Joel, but Joel quickly, in a panic, shoves the grenade into the queen's mouth and jumps into the river. The attack shreds the queen to pieces. Joel is ecstatic, but also very angry at Boy. As Joel climbs out of the water, he sees leech-like creatures clinging all over his body. Panicked, Joel starts pulling these leeches off one by one. He blames Boy for the entire incident. Joel scolds Boy, saying, "Because of that stupid dress, both of us could have died." Boy gets angry at this and leaves Joel alone. Soon Joel starts staggering from the leech venom. The venom causes him to hallucinate, seeing things. In this delirious state, he stumbles a short distance and passes out. Then he sees the plant that can neutralize poison. Joel quickly eats the plant and continues forward in a dazed state, but he doesn't have the strength to go much further. So Joel sits down in one spot. Suddenly, Aimee appears before him. Seeing Aimee again after 7 years, Joel kisses her immediately, then passes out again. When he regains consciousness, he finds himself in Aimee's colony. Joel is overjoyed and surprised to truly see Aimee in front of him. Aimee tells him to rest. Joel says, "It felt so good to kiss you again after all this time." But Aimee reveals, "You didn't kiss me, you kissed this old man." Aimee then explains that some people have arrived at their colony, including a ship captain who wants to take everyone to a safe base where they can live peacefully, far from these dangerous creatures. Joel finds these things a bit strange, but then Aimee leaves for some work. When Joel comes out of his room, he is stunned by the beauty of the colony, and he also sees a beach outside. Aimee's colony is underground, but because of the sea behind them, they are safe, as these creatures don't like water. Seeing Joel outside, Aimee comes to talk to him. Just then, the captain and some of his companions also arrive. Aimee introduces Joel to the captain, explaining that he traveled for 7 days to get here. The captain is quite impressed and reveals that he was formerly in the army and now transports survivors to a base where they can live comfortably away from these dangerous creatures. When Joel and Aimee get a chance to talk alone, Joel asks Aimee, "I came all this way just to see you, but why don't you seem as happy to see me?" Aimee explains that a lot has changed over the years. She lost her parents and last year, the person she deeply loved. Hearing this, Joel's world crumbles. Joel now realizes that before coming here, he should have asked Aimee if she even wanted to see him. But Aimee says it's her fault. She should have told Joel everything on the radio earlier. However, Aimee says, "I'm still happy you came. Now we'll go with the captain and get rid of these creatures forever, and we can still be friends." The guy traveled 140 kilometers, fighting dinosaur-like insects, risking his life for her, and she's friend-zoning him? What a woman! Friends! He had friends back there too. Joel is in no state to think or understand anything at this moment. After a while, Joel tries to contact his colony on the radio, but he can't connect. Just then, the old man comes to Joel and gives him some fruits and beer. This is a gift from the captain to the entire colony for a new beginning. Joel then looks at the map his friends gave him. They had written messages for him on the back of the map. Reading them, Joel becomes emotional and realizes how much his colony friends love him, and he left them for a girl he hadn't seen in 7 years. Just then, a message from Joel's colony comes over the radio. They are overjoyed to hear Joel's voice and realize he made it so far. Joel recounts all the incidents he faced, and they are astonished how Joel managed it all alone. Joel asks them how they are. They tell him that after he left, their colony was attacked many times and is no longer safe. Then the connection suddenly breaks. Joel now decides that he will go back for his friends and won't proceed with the captain without them. Suddenly, Joel's eyes fall on the fruits he was given. Seeing them, Joel starts to remember something. Joel opens his book and sees that these are the same fruits that Boy warned him not to eat. Upon seeing this, Joel rushes to Aimee, but outside everyone is swaying under the influence of these fruits. Joel tries to explain to Aimee, but one by one everyone begins to pass out. Then Diana attacks Joel from behind. When Joel regains consciousness, he sees that everyone in the colony is tied up. This is the captain's scheme. He goes to different colonies and steals their food and supplies. The captain explains that they need fuel for their ship, so they've captured a giant crab that pulls their ship, and in return, they feed the people from the colonies they loot to the crab. As the captain presses a button on his remote, a dark shadow emerges from the sea and moves towards them. Everyone tries to escape. Just then, Aimee tries with all her strength to free her hands and succeeds. She also frees Joel. Aimee tells Joel, "I'll handle these three. You take care of this crab." Now Aimee grabs a piece of the gate and, dodging bullets, runs towards one of the men and attacks him. Both of them pass out. On the other side, the crab is approaching. Joel picks up a nearby rod and rushes towards the crab. As the crab leaps at Joel, Joel strikes it with his rod, flipping it over. Because it's on its back, the crab can't get up. As Joel moves to kill the crab, the captain delivers a powerful electric shock to the crab with his remote. The crab instantly gets back on its feet and lands a mighty blow on Joel. When Aimee regains consciousness, she sees Diana in front of her, and a fight begins between them. But Diana easily defeats Aimee. Meanwhile, as the crab advances towards Joel, Boy suddenly appears and stands between the crab and Joel. The crab calms down a bit upon seeing Boy. The captain tells Diana to kill the dog. As Diana tries to fire the rocket launcher in her hand, Aimee strikes her hand, causing Diana to miss, and the grenade directly hits the crab. The attack severely injures the crab. Just then, the captain himself comes down and hits Aimee so hard that she passes out. Meanwhile, the crab, enraged by the grenade hit, starts moving towards the captain to kill him. But the captain shocks it again, and the crab turns back towards Joel. Joel tells Boy to go to Aimee for her protection. Boy tries to wake Aimee up somehow. Seizing the opportunity, the three thieves escape, and the creature is now attacking Joel repeatedly. Just then, Aimee regains consciousness and picks up a grenade gun lying in front of her. Now the creature grabs Joel by his leg. Joel asks Aimee for the gun. Aimee quickly gives him the gun, and Joel is about to pull the trigger. But then he looks into the crab's eyes. Joel suddenly remembers Mino's words. You can tell if a creature is good or bad by looking into its eyes. In this creature's eyes, Joel sees only pain, caused by the chain with which it's repeatedly being shocked. Joel aims at the chain and frees the crab. After that, the crab does not attack Joel at all. As Joel falls, Aimee comes to him. Just then, the crab also approaches Joel, but it stops nearby, as if wanting to thank Joel for its freedom, and then it moves towards the captain's ship. The captain has reached the ship by now. He tries to shock the crab with his remote, but nothing happens. He now understands that his reign is about to end. After this, the crab swallows all three of them alive, one by one, and also destroys their ship. After all this, Joel is now ready to return to his colony. But seeing the bravery with which Joel saved Aimee and her entire colony, Aimee has started to like Joel again, and she asks Joel to stay. But Joel says, "My friends need me, that's why I must go." Joel gives Aimee his book, which he wrote, containing all the weaknesses of these creatures. Joel thanks Aimee because it was because of her that Joel came this far, and this journey changed his life. As he leaves, Joel bravely kisses Aimee. After that, Aimee says, "You traveled 140 kilometers for me. This time I will come looking for you." So in your opinion, does Aimee deserve a second chance or not? Let us know in the comments. See you in the next video.